this is day 3 of the cut. I'm not cutting down to get shredded as fuck or lean as fuck. I'm just cutting down to get off the stomach. We're going to the gym right now. I haven't gone for the past 3 days because I was recently in a car crash. So that's pretty fun. I wasn't injured or anything like that, but I had to deal with a bunch of accident report shit. Talking to cops and everything. So, pretty much, we're gonna do leg day. Now, it's not gonna be Tom Platz's leg day, like I said, but it is going to be a leg day nonetheless. A fairly intense one. May or may not hit squats. My left hip does actually kind of hurt from the crash. You know, something's gonna hurt. But I actually relatively walked out relatively unscathed. So just had a little cut here, and then my hip kind of hurt. So we're gonna see if we're doing squats today. But we're gonna do some leg extensions, hamstring curls, probably, you know, calves, that too. Squats maybe. We'll try out some, we're gonna do some deadlifts. I always do deadlifts. So we're just gonna hit those 3 main exercises, maybe squats. Depends on how my fucking hip feels. But I do plan to upload more frequently now that the summer's here. But the growth on the channel has been absolutely fucking mad. I got about 3, I don't know how many, I got a few thousand views though. Being very new to YouTube and growing that fast is crazy. I don't know if I'm at 300 subs right now, but I'm very close. Last I checked, I was at 299. So, yeah, pretty crazy. A lot of the comments about Samsu, like I know this is his template, this is how he records his videos, but this is a very good, very basic type of template you would use, especially if you're alone, like doing this alone. It's not bad. Fuck is coming. But it's not a bad template to use. So, you know, leg day, gonna annihilate my quads, annihilate my hamstrings. Probably not gonna pose because I don't pose my legs. My legs kind of look like shit because I mostly train my legs for strength rather than size, which I really shouldn't do because some people have that genetic thing going on where their legs don't really grow even when they train it for size. So I need to start prioritizing reps over high reps over low reps, which is where the real volume comes in and muscle build. So I'm gonna cut here, come back when we're at the gym. So yeah, day 3 of the cut. Didn't record day 1 or day 2, but I'm recording that. So all right, so we're at the gym, work the bench before we do legs, as I always do. I gotta do bench because I missed 3 days of it. So today is 8 sets of 4. So let's just get warmed up and get started. Fucking yeah, pretty much. I don't think you can ever beat this because it gets every part of your pec just completely blood pumping. So, in my personal opinion, it's a lot better than just working with the empty bar for like 10 to 20 reps. Because not only is that boring, but it doesn't put any stress on your chest. So, you know, use the bands, man. It's not that hard.
little bit lopsided there, but that's okay. I'm gonna put on 25 see how it feels. Load up the working weight. Let's get to it. Part of the reason I started this cut was, number one, I would like to have my posing be a lot more satisfying to look at. So my stomach's a bit, you know, a bit of a nuisance when it comes to that. You know, having everything else more defined, having my triceps easier to see, because if it's really bad lighting, you can't see them at all. So, yeah. And as much as I want to just get strong as fast as I can, taking like, you know, the average progression. So there's no reason to be as you know, fat as I am right now. So later, whenever my bench goes up to past 405 and I'm repping out like 350 or 375, then I'll excuse being a little bit fatter. But as of right now, I'm trying to cut down to 200, or, you know, everything is a bit more visible. You know, just get the stubborn stomach off. Any stuff up here, you know, have the arms a little bit more defined, and that's pretty much the goal. It's gonna be a 3-month cut unless I'm not satisfied, and then it'll extend over August. And yeah, so today is the first day of the series, the cutting series. I'm hoping my strength doesn't go down at all, because I'm keeping my diet fairly balanced. I've got 2,200 calorie mark and high protein, so my balance is pretty balanced. My diet is pretty balanced. We're doing about 230 grams of protein a day, and you know, 2,200 calories and under. I think today my meal is mapped out. I map out my meals every day. I think I'm hitting about 2,100 calories today, so we're gonna be under. I've dropped 2 pounds already from the day I started to today. Checked it out this morning, so we're doing pretty good already. The only hard part is just being kind of hungry all the time, but if you have good discipline, it's not that hard to fight off that hunger. So gonna move to the working set weight. Gotta calculate that real quick and we'll be back. Set 1 of 8, 4 reps. Let's get this shit. I'm definitely due for a new PR. I checked it. My old max is 315, which is what I've been going off of. This is 265. I set 85% of 315. It gave me 252. I had 10 to that. It's 260, and I did that like 2 weeks ago. So I definitely need to do a brand new PR, because this is, or that was not right. This is 265, which is what I'm working with. Felt okay, so nothing wrong there. We'll see what I've got going on max wise. I'm theorizing about 330, maybe 325, but we'll see. Set 3, last set I will record. So I just hit 300 while I was resting in the set 300 subs. It's actually fucking crazy. But yeah, as I was saying, just hit 300 while I was resting. So I appreciate the fucking amount of subscribers I just got in the span of a week. I don't know if that's really crazy or anything, but it's actually fucking insane to me. Along with like 5.5 thousand views already in total. Crazy. mean, I appreciate all of y'all because this is the journey to having this be my job. And that's what I really want as a profession. Not a profession, but like a side thing that makes me money, but I also enjoy doing it. So y'all are really helping in that. So today's lift will be a happy lift rather than any other type of thing. So appreciate you all. I'm gonna rest, then go hit legs. I'll do the other 5 sets off camera. So, all right, set 4. I gotta say, resting between shows without headphones is the most awkward experience you can have in your life. Besides scrolling on TikTok, I got nothing else to do. Might end up bringing down the weight. I hope not, but may have to do that. But as I was saying, working out with no headphones, it's not awkward at all working out, but resting is the worst thing, because here I rest for 5 minutes. So I'm just kind of sitting there staring in space at equipment, trying not to catch the eyes of other people, because you know, it's always weird whenever you make eye contact in the gym without any words being said. But other than that, it's just sitting there. With rest, I don't understand why people rest for like 1 to 2 minutes. It's for lifting, not for like cardiovascular shit, because you are not training for endurance. You're training to get big muscles or get strong as shit. And your muscles have a big difference between your cardiovascular system. They need a lot of rest before you're working again. It's like even the most minimal work, your muscles are still going to gain some type of benefit or tear at some point. Have the micro tears and they build upon that. So you need to fucking rest in between sets 3 to 5 minutes. And with this, you need to be resting longer than that. That's one thing power lifters have going on, is they rest for a shitload of time. That's why they're so strong. That's why a lot of them, not everyone, but some of them, especially people like Das Powerhouse or Larry Wheels, he was a power lifter. He competed in a few meets, but that's the reason why they're so fucking big. Not only because they're on juice, but also because of their working out method. So it works. Rest is very important. So don't just sit there for 2 minutes and then get back to doing a heavy ass set for 12 reps, giving your muscles no time to relax. They still fucking hurt, and it is also going to interfere with your workout. You're going to feel like shit because you didn't get that rep in, when you could have if you rested for 3 to 5 minutes. You know, resting sucks, but it's not that hard to do. And the king of resting was fucking Mike Mentzer. I don't know. He trained like 2 hours a week, 2 to 3 hours a week, and he never trained 2 consecutive days, which I don't know how he did that, but part of it's juice. But you know, still jacked with that workout method. It's absolutely insane. So resting's very important. That's the main thing I got to say. Okay. So just letting my nervous system rest a little bit before I get to the leg day. Final 2 sets of the final 2 workouts for the bench take a lot out of you. So for leg day, we're gonna hit 2 leg quad extension, and then we're gonna hit some hamstring curls. We're gonna come back here, do some single leg, and then we will see about squat. If we don't squat, we're gonna go to a leg, whatever you call it. See how that works out for my hip. That shit still hurts. and we'll just do a single leg on that, and then we'll be finished up. So I'm gonna hit about maybe three or four sets of this, and gonna hit 3 or 4 sets of the hamstring curl, and then maybe about 5 sets of a single leg curl, single leg extension, you know. And that'll be, and then a single leg whatever you want to fucking call it. I don't know what it's called. So ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's get started. I'll just work with a fucking heavy set. Ready. Full stacking on quad extensions fucking sucks. You just gotta reach down. Fuck my balls. You just gotta reach down. My head. It's this fucking thing if I do it too fast. Start. Alright, that's pretty good. I warmed up before this with some light single leg extensions. So we'll hit 3 or 4, 3, maybe 4 more sets of this. Move on to hamstring curl. We got a new hip thrust machine for the glutes here after they've renovated it 2 weeks ago. And it looks really tempting to use, but I've never done hip extensions, whatever you want to call them. So I might use it, I might not use it for this leg day, because we'll see. We may do some deadlifts too. Maybe not, seeing how I feel after. But I've done the whole leg days and still done some decently heavy deadlifts. And I do not have a lifting belt, which I don't think you should use, to be honest. I mean, they're good for stability, but in, you know, getting your form right, getting the good feeling of your form being correct, and then you can go, what I think you should do is use a belt for lighter stuff, not lighter stuff, but, you know, medium stuff, get the form correctly, and then once you get the feel of how correct form is, then stop using the belt, unless you're going with like 600, 900, or 6, 7, 800, 900 deadlifts. You don't need the belt, especially for reps. Let your core engage, use proper form, and then you'll be good. Instead of not working your core at all, you know? Because it gives you a big disadvantage in the future, because your core is a part of your back in a way. Like your back, working your back will help your core, working your core will help your back. So that keeps your back from hurting. Not completely, but it plays a factor in preventing back pain. So don't use belts all the time. It's never a good idea. There's this guy on YouTube, I think his name is like, they're called the Rios twins, but they shoot shots at every bodybuilder or powerlifter in existence, and grovel under Leon Edwards. But one thing that they do have right is the fact of core stability, and using your core rather than a lifting belt for every lift that you do, like bench, squat, deadlift. Belts do help you from throwing out your back or throwing out your back, but they don't necessarily help in the long run with back pain or anything else of that matter. So that's like the only thing they have right, as I know of. I hate watching them, but I always get them on my shorts because I have a lot of fitness shit on my YouTube channel, or YouTube recommendation. So they end up on my algorithm. Let's do another set. Oh. Fuck. This is the first leg I've done without headphones, so it's going fairly well for the circumstances I'm in. 3 sets in, I'm already fucking waddling. My fucking quads are dead. I didn't record my 3rd set because I just don't want to. So we're doing the 4th set, and we're gonna move on to hamstring curls. I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not done. Ooh, I'm not done. Oh, fuck. Ooh. Oh, that hurts so bad. With hamstring curls, I like to do what Sam does. I do take a lot of inspiration from him. He's a very experienced lifter. I mean, there's no reason to not, because he's big. So I do the way that he does. Is I hold on. I do it because of that. It really fucking works your hams, and a lot more than just sitting back like this. There's not even thing here. Just sitting back like this. No more, you kind of look dumb. It's just better, you know? So we're gonna start with 130. Waiting for the day I can full stack this thing, but that day has not come yet. Working quads before this is a bad idea. I did mention car crash earlier, I think. I can't remember now. Like they got my mind all fuzzy and shit. But talking about the car crash. Essentially what happened was I was balls deep in a nap. It was about 3.5 hours. And then I got torn out of the nap. My grandfather, got torn out of that nap because I was late for something, so I had to go. That moment, and I told his ass, I was like, I need to wake up. Can you let me wake up first? Because I was still fatigued, because I don't know if y'all get it, but sometimes after I get done with the naps, I need time to actually wake up, because my eyes are still kind of blurry, and my mind's still like, you know, go the fuck to sleep mode. But instead of going back to sleep, I had to leave. So got in my car, started driving. Now I was doing pretty good on the drive over there, but then about a mile away, my brain just fucking shut down. Had no control over it. My brain just slapped itself, knocked itself out. I went to sleep for like 2 seconds. I run over I drift to the right, run over the sidewalk. Now where this is, nobody uses the sidewalk. I mean, in this town, they've probably spent about $50 million on sidewalks. Nobody uses the sidewalks except for the homeless people. So there's nobody on the sidewalk, thank God. But I hit a telephone pole going 40, and I take 5 inches off of it. It's wood. So I take 5 inches off of it. My truck immediately shifts the back shifts to the right. And so my truck flips itself into a ditch and kind of just drags itself until it hits a big bush. So that's where I stop. And of course I got woken up the second it hit the telephone pole. And the whole time I'm sitting there just holding the wheel the whole time with my eyes open. I didn't scream or anything like that. I just, holy shit. Like, I didn't feel real at all. It's like, holy shit, my truck is gone. And I just got in a car crash. This is the first car crash I've ever had. So that was an experience. So yeah, I got pretty damn lucky though. Flipped over, stayed in my seat. Like 2 windows broke, the passenger window and the back window completely shattered. Didn't get glass in my eyes or anything like that. Just got a cut on my forearm. So I got pretty lucky. Lord was with me there. So pretty grateful to survive that and have no injuries and still be able to go to the gym. Feel bad for a lot of the people that don't though. They get injured. That's a terrible thing. But then another thing is they die. So I need to take a break from being God's sleepiest soldier for a little bit. And I need to go to being his most energetic soldier. So, with that out of the way, that shit hurts my abductors. Holy shit. I don't know if that's good. Okay, that's leg day first leg day on the channel. Leg day 2 will be on Christmas. The reason why I'm cutting is partially, you know, to make the posing parts of the videos better. You know, I got the stomach, that's a bit of a problem posing wise. You know, it takes away from the shoulders or the arm action you got going on. Which, you know, part of it is to get some definition up in the arms, because you're gonna have big ass arms. Like these, I have 18-inch arms, and you know, there's some fat, but most of it's muscle. But the only problem is the fat overshadows the defined part that splits up your tricep and your bicep, and that's that can be a problem posing wise. And the legs, just everything, you know. Another reason is so I can compete in that powerlifting meet, and I get absolutely smoked by the people in my weight class. I got a new split going on. It's kind of Mike Menster theme, but not completely. I'm not doing his split because I'm too nervous to do his split, because there's a chance it like works miraculously, but you know, so much resting got me kind of suspicious. And it's like, you know, maybe you know, there is part of the reason, but most of the reason, about 60% of the reason he got so big, was number one, he did high intensity workouts. It was like 2
one set to failure and then he moved on. And then another reason is the juice that he did. And of course, unfortunately, like every other bodybuilder that has died from the, I believe his was like the, was it the golden era? I can't remember. Anyways, gonna head on home, get my protein in. We'll see you all in the next video.